Welcome to my channel. I am Purpose Perfect, and you are watching your cat plays. And as usual, I'm gonna have some thing to comment on while playing. So we're watching classical Doctor Who playlist from Dailymotion, and to that, to change it up a little bit, I'm putting on some visuals as an overlay on the Doctor Who, not on everything this time. So you can focus on the game, or you can listen to the stuff happening in Doctor Who. Okay. Enjoy so much. Thank you. Here we go. Here we go. Ner faller regnet, spolar spindeln bort. Upp stiger solen. Spindeln klättrar upp igen. Igen betyder illusion på japanska. Gen means illusion in Japanese. Now you know.
I can't find Doctor Who anywhere. Anywhere at all.
Who are you looking for?
Doctor Who.
Anywhere?
I've seen him.
I'm the doctor.
You're
I'm a doctor.
Tom Baker.
That's it.
That's marvellous. I've been looking for you through these caverns all morning.
That's marvelous.
Are you going to do a scene?
I've been looking for you
Just
everywhere.
preparing one now.
Well, could I have a word with you afterwards?
Certainly.
Thank you very much.
Pleasure.
Certainly. You can have a word with me as well. Oh,
So, you creep up forward,
yes.
watch them turn the impact, okay, as they walk up, and then wait for my signal is really as they're coming up, Tom.
Well, there they are.
Yeah.
There they are. Pan the eyeliner.
Yeah.
Tom Baker, it seems to me, watching you scrambling around on those rocks and so on, that the life of Doctor Who is a bit fraught and a bit dangerous, isn't it?
Well, sometimes it's a bit dangerous. I mean, a few weeks ago I broke my shoulder falling off a cliff in Dartmoor. And I suppose standing on rocks playing with yo-yos.
I've got to ask you, what
Produce
kind?
yourself.
Standing on
What kind of
rocks,
character
playing on
is
yo-yos,
the
that's some pretty serious stuff.
Well, I don't think that I can really give away what I can't really.
He
comment
sounds
on
a
my
little bit like
character.
Alan
I mean,
Watts.
The situations will be somewhat as they've been in the past, full of excitement and grave problems that I get involved in.
But you're not in the traditional Doctor Who costume of flowing robes and
No.
satins and so on.
No, I'm not. I can't really follow that that very, very sophisticated line that my predecessor used. I think that I have a capacity to be surprised by any, like I'm surprised by this situation I'm in now. And would you like a jelly, baby?
Yes, I love them. Thank you very much.
I have a capacity for surprise and for enjoying stories.
I
that
enjoy
do.
stories.
And to play Doctor Who, involved as whatever
play
it was,
Doctor Who.
the Ark in space, the last one, and then the robot and things like that, is for me, a tremendous pleasure. Whether, in fact, it will please a regular audience of Doctor Who, I don't know. They'll see it in a few weeks' time anyway and judge.
Well, the other three Doctor Whos became national figures, particularly John Pertwee, I should think. This is likely to happen to you. Is it going to change your life?
Yes, yes, it will affect my life, I understand. I mean, this has never really happened to me before because most of the parts I've played have been dogs or bears or Rasputin or whatever, so that when my makeup is off, I'm not recognized. Presumably, I will be recognized by a great number of people, and the anonymity of my ordinary life will disappear.
What is your ordinary life?
Well, my ordinary life really is one of
What happens to my
kind
ordinary
of quiet
life?
living bachelor who likes some
I
fun.
once
mean,
had
I
an
work
ordinary life.
like a dog on this series, and I go home at night, do a few hours' work. Afterwards, I go to a pub, meet friends, and talk, and go to the movies.
Is my ordinary
Presumably,
life
some
no
of that
more?
will change, but it's a very, very small price to pay.
Now, I remember seeing a little girl scream and bury her face in the cushions when Doctor Who was on. Isn't this a very difficult line to tread between frightening children and just entertaining them?
Well, it's a very nice point, but I think that after a while, I hope to be able to convince the children who are watching the program that no matter how terrifying or amazing or exciting the situation is, that actually I'll solve it, and that it will really all come right, finally.
Tom Baker, I hope you have a very successful Doctor Who. I'm beginning to feel a bit like that myself in these strange caves that we're in.
Well, thank you.
Well, what about some lunch?
Well, yes, I'm going off to lunch right now. I'm going to meet some of my friends there.
Traveling through eternity in a blue box. It might not look like much, but the TARDIS is capable of going anywhere in space and time. He's been from the Big Bang to the end of the universe. Wherever the Doctor goes, he makes friends, fights monsters, and saves planets. But he doesn't do it alone. He's taken his companions through history and into distant dimensions. One mystery remains. Who is the Doctor? Well, you're about
Who is he?
to find out.
I am the Doctor.
The Doctor is the eternal child, and never more so in the hands of the brilliant, mercurial, frightening, and the inspiring Tom Baker.
The Fourth Doctor was the coolest thing about the 1970s and stood out as an effortlessly stylish alien. With a big grin, long scarf, and a pocket full of jelly babies, he charmed galaxies and a whole generation of children who were unable to imagine anyone else
As the Doctor, suddenly, the Doctor had been played by what seemed like a possibly young student.
I like all different
I think the
kinds of
casting of Tom Baker
Doctors.
was one of these moments when the absolute right fit for something is just found.
When I became Doctor Who, I didn't play Doctor Who. I was Doctor Who. There was no acting involved at all. The script, magical script, and poor old Tom Baker, such as he was, absolutely coalesced, you know? And all I had to do was say it, and everyone liked it.
Is that all?
No? Dramatic recitations? Singing? Tap dancing? I can play the trumpet voluntary in a bowl of live goldfish.
He seems to have, for free, all that kind of madness, the kind of wild-eyed, extraordinary, baffling energy that just seemed to fit that character so well.
I'm also a master hypnotist. Now then, how long since you were under the influence, sir?
I'm a man of character and determination, sir. The Rock of Gibraltar would be more easily. More easily.
He genuinely was larger than life. He had a very striking appearance, huge shock of curly brown hair. His personality was enormous, kind of radiated energy.
He's the most alien of all the Doctors because he seemed to have a sort of strange, starry-eyed logic and weirdness about him.
Henry Gordon Jago.
I have a
I command you
starry-eyed
to remember
weirdness and
everything
logic
you were
about
ordered to
me.
forget. When I count to 3, you will remember everything. 1,
2,
3.
One of the great decisions in Doctor Who, of course, is that ridiculous scarf.
They had a wonderful designer who later became an Oscar winner, Jim Atchison. We didn't know what the Doctor was going to look like. This kind of crazy costume evolved. The scarf was a happy accident. Jim bought, you know, a truckload of wool and sent it down to a woman called Begonia Pope. She just used up all the wool, you know, she just kept knitting. And when we got there, she had a little house. You could hardly get in the room because of the wool and scarf, you know. So we tried it on. It was terribly funny. I said, well, are we going to cut it? She said, no, let's.
It probably remains the iconic piece of Doctor Who costume. He hasn't worn that scarf since 1981, but it really stuck.
The Fourth Doctor had the biggest sense of humour in the universe. This Doctor didn't just laugh at villains, he also didn't take himself seriously. Suddenly, a big kid was in charge of the TARDIS.
It's quite a shock. In the midst of, you know, a serious Invasion Earth story, he walks out the TARDIS dressed as a Viking and has absolutely no idea why that's a bad idea.
Don't you like
I have no idea when a bad idea is bad, or when a good idea is good either. I try to do the ideas I have. Some work, some don't.
And then
That's
goes through
life.
a whole lot of costume changes.
If all your ideas are perfect, then
So it was just the beginning of Tom Baker's
congratulations.
Brilliant comedy that he brought to the part.
The Fourth Doctor wasn't afraid to use his sense of humour to get him out of trouble.
They often use humour to diffuse situations or to confuse his enemies.
But I've never entered into fisticuffs or whatever it was. I was always outwitting them.
He uses humour, he uses accidentally prattling about to get out of trouble. One of my favourite moments being when he's flung into the room in City of Death and says,
I say, what a wonderful butler. He's so violent. Hello. I'm called the Doctor. That's Romana. That's Duggan. You must be the Countess Scaglione. And this is clearly the delightful Louis Cairns chair. May I sit in? I say, haven't they worn well?
When he was confronted with situations with people threatening him, you know, he'd appear to be earnest, but actually he was mocking them dreadfully.
You're being very pleasant with me.
I'm trying to be earnest, but I might be
But I didn't
mocking.
invite you here for social
It's
reasons.
hard to know the difference sometimes.
Well, I will have a drink. How you come to mention
When
it.
you are
Come in,
vastly
everybody.
superior in
demonstrates
the
he's actually
intellect.
completely in control of the conversation, especially he's at gunpoint. He's initially a buffoon and then being very, very quick and sharp.
Now, Duggan, you sit there. Do sit down if you want to count. Oh, all right. Now, isn't this nice?
The only reason you were brought here was to explain exactly why you stole my bracelet.
When you see Tom Baker play that, you think, oh, God, can anyone match this man? He is truly amazing.
I can match this
The
man.
Fourth Doctor left his home on Earth far behind him. This was a Time Lord who
Because
couldn't
I
wait
am a
to
real
get back to
alien
wandering
cat.
in eternity.
And no man can match that.
Version of the Doctor. He was very single-minded. He was very driven. He wanted to get off the planet.
You can't really imagine it being a sort of long-term scientific advisor to units and having his own laboratory, and it just doesn't suit the kind of freewheeling nature that the Fourth Doctor seems to have.
The Earth isn't my home, Sarah. I'm a Time Lord.
Oh, I know you're a Time Lord.
You don't understand the implications. I'm not a human being. I walk in eternity.
What's that supposed to mean?
It means I've lived for something like 750 years.
Oh, I'd still be middle-aged.
Yes!
He quite purposely breaks the ties. Yes, he says, "I've time I find something better to do than run around after the Brigadier."
No time I found something better to do than run round after the Brigadier.
Oh, come on, if you're tired of being unit scientific advisor, you can always resign.
He then left and took his adventures out into the universe. Now the Doctor was out again, you know, among the stars again, ranging through time and space.
Doctor, about that dinner at the palace, I met. Yes. But I'll tell them you'll be a little late.
Sarah Jane Smith was probably the greatest of all of the Doctor Who campaigns.
Louise came in then with a very sexy kind of jungle girl costume.
She was from a tribe of savages, so she had a knife and she would kill people, and she was violent, and she was all things that the Doctor disagreed with. Quite a change from Sarah Jane Smith, because they'd been very much kind of best mates.
The Doctor's been saving the universe on our screens for 50 years. A mysterious alien wandering the stars in a time-traveling blue box. But he doesn't travel alone.
No, he has a cat
Jane
with
Smith
him that he doesn't know. I'm always
probably
stored in some cupboard,
greatest,
hiding. I've been traveling with the Time Lord for with the TARDIS for longer than
the
the
Doctor Who companions.
Doctor.
The fourth
I've
Doctor's
been with
best
the
friend
TARDIS
was Sarah
since
Jane
its
Smith.
creation.
Played by Elizabeth Sladen, she became the series' longest-running companion. A thoroughly modern woman, she was a trained journalist with a natural love of adventure and an enormous sense of fun.
Almost half of Tom Baker's time was spent with Sarah. He called her Sarah. She's become Sarah Jane in later years, but she always called her Sarah. So when I was on the show and Elizabeth Sladen came back, we used to always tweak the script so that the Doctor, everyone else called her Sarah Jane, but the Doctor called her Sarah. There was something about her that was just so accessible and so warm, and they just felt right. They were the perfect couple. She played so beautifully the idea that the Doctor is my best friend, and I would do anything for my friend the Doctor, and the Doctor would do anything for her.
Well, how big's big? Relative dimensions, you see, no constant.
That's not an answer.
How big are you at the moment?
5'4", Justin, that's still not an answer.
Listen. There are no measurements in infinity. You humans have got such limited little minds. I don't know why I like you so much.
Because you have such good taste.
That's
Humans have so limited minds. I don't know why I like you so much.
Most of what my ideas
But I
were
like you.
funny.
Because you're human. Humans are cute.
tasting.
I love humans.
So we became a double act.
Don't panic, Sarah, don't panic. Ease round and try again.
I'm jammed. I can't move forward or back.
The friendship between the Doctor and Sarah is up to the test, because he's a much more difficult Doctor.
Stop whining, girl. You're useless.
Oh, Doctor.
Oh, Doctor. Is all you can say for yourself?
The Doctor manages to make her angry enough by insulting her, and makes her want to prove to him that she isn't a helpless female. She can get out of the situation.
That's the trouble with girls like you. You think you're tough, but when you're really up against it, you've no guts at all. Hundreds of lives at stake, and you lie there blubbing.
And it's both a very kind of clever use of psychology by the Fourth Doctor, and another example of him using his mind to solve a solution rather than brute force.
Splendid.
Wait.
You've done marvelously, Sarah. I'm very proud of you. I really am very proud of you.
What? Come again. You're a brute.
You're a brute?
Yes.
Don't be ungrateful. I was only encouraging you. Come.
It shows how close their relationship has become, how well they know each other. I think it's a lovely moment between the two of them.
After the thoroughly modern Sarah Jane, Leela came as a bit of a shock. A bright but savage warrior, she was a trained killer who ran around wearing little more than a loincloth and a snarl.
Louise came in then with a very sexy kind of jungle girl costume, didn't she? You know, an awful lot of flesh was on the view.
I didn't know anything about the costume when I was offered the part. I knew it would be some kind of savage warrior something. So it was quite a surprise when I was presented with the leather leotard.
This changed everything, you know, because Elizabeth was always dressed very modestly. And so, I remember it so well. So when we were diving through pipes and all sorts of undignified things were happening, you know, when you're in a panic running away from the Daleks or the Cybermen or whatever they were, I used to bundle Elizabeth up ahead of me, you know, and I'd scramble behind her. But now, with Louise, with very few clothes on, you know, it would have been very immodest if I'd actually been climbing in there behind her.
I did ask for the little flap to be added on the back.
She was from a tribe of savages, so she had a knife and she would kill people, and she was violent, and she was all things that the Doctor disagreed with. It was a great character and beautifully played, actually, but quite a change from Sarah Jane Smith, because they'd been very much kind of best mates travelling through time and space, and suddenly it was a kind of pupil-teacher thing, really.
Doctor? Can I stop now?
If you want to.
It will not affect this.
Affect it? Oh, it's a yo-yo. It's a game I thought you would enjoy.
Enjoying it? You say
said I had to keep it going up and down. I thought it was part of the magic.
Magic, Leela. Magic?
I know. There's no such thing as magic.
Exactly. To the rational mind, nothing is inexplicable, only unexplained.
Leela doesn't have an enormous amount of imagination, I don't think. What she does have is that instinct, that inexplicable instinct that a lot of people have and negate.
Explain to me how this TARDIS is larger on the inside than the out.
All right, I'll show you.
Okay,
It's
show
because
us.
insides and outsides are not in the same dimension.
I think the Doctor is the one that has the most extraordinary imagination. Anything is possible anywhere in the entire universe.
Which box is larger?
Anything is possible. It's just a matter of believing. There's no bounds or rules in this world.
Now which is larger?
That one.
But it looks smaller.
Well, that's because it's further away.
Exactly. If you could keep that exactly that distance away and have it here, the large one would fit inside the small one.
That's silly.
I think Leela's really rather wonderful. If you take Talons of Weng-Chiang, for example, that whole Eliza Doolittle-Higgins relationship, I think worked really well.
They really exploit her as an untutored warrior in the Towns of Weng-Chiang when Lightfoot's inviting her to dinner. And she just starts picking up hunks of meat and eating them, as she would.
Ham, roast beef, chicken, tongue. Those look like quail, unless I'm much mistaken.
Meat?
Yes, well, perhaps we shouldn't wait for your friend, the doctor. Help yourself, my dear. Plates on the end of the table.
Lightfoot, concerned not to embarrass his guest, is forced to do the same.
It's a good knife. Aren't you going to eat?
Yes, yes. Just going to eat?
A little bit of comedy of manners, and a brilliant use of that character.
The Doctor's had many companions, but K9 was his first actual pet. He was a robot dog with a laser in his nose and an aerial in his tail. A sophisticated supercomputer, he considered himself far brighter than the Doctor, was more often in the right, and was never afraid to correct his master. This was a Time Lord's best friend.
K9, great idea. Very fetching design somehow. It really works, that little design, doesn't it? Star Wars was around this time, and cute robots were the thing, and it's such a mad idea, but Doctor Who gets a tin dog. I mean, that was well before they could do anything clever. Before they had the technology to do something. Actually, it's rather lovely.
Even simple one-dimensional chess exposes the limitations of the machine mind.
I think Leela and K9 were really good mates because the Doctor's character is obtuse and erudite and knows an enormous amount of stuff that certainly Leela doesn't, and sometimes K9 didn't, so we could be like the naughty children.
Bishop to Queen 6. Mistress?
There.
She, I think, immediately took to K9, and K9 immediately took to her.
Check, Master.
What?
Machine mind computes mate in 6 moves.
Rubbish!
K9 has feelings, and we got the little tail wagging and the ears and the droopy head and the, you could really feel the personality there, and I think that's why the audience took to him so much.
The dog didn't function very well, or we didn't have it at the rehearsal room, because it was still slightly evolving. I mean, you couldn't run over a cigarette end, it would stop it or fall over. The amazing thing was that John Gleeson, who is a lovely, imaginative actor, he didn't stand on the sidelines. He used to get in there.
The tradition stuck. And so at every rehearsal thereafter, I was running about being K9, but it also gave me a dynamic to work with Tom. We were face to face.
John was there, playing this part, you know, calling me master and looking up at me and doing all sorts of funny things to make us laugh.
We could spark off each other. And so that was a solid
They call us
basis
master,
from
trying
which
to make us
K9
laugh.
could develop.
By the time we transferred to the studio and got the tin dog, we had formed a relationship with this creature, and it was actually a great dynamic because John got on extremely well with both Tom and I, and it became much more of a family. I think that's the secret of K9's success.
It's a very emotional thing to be in that Doctor Who thing, because you never get away from it.
Do you think there's a secret behind the
meeting
success?
of that actor and that
Or
part
do you think that the
produced
success
this
was
sort of
already in the
seemingly effortless performance
concept of the Doctor?
kind of lunacy? There's just a sort of freewheeling.
I think the success was in the concept. After you have
For
the
50
concept
years,
of the
the
Time
Doctor has
Lord,
been
you can
fighting
do pretty
evil
much
in the
whatever you
darkest
want.
corners of the universe, and he's made some truly monstrous enemies.
Zygons look like big red babies with suckers. And frankly, do I need to say more?
Lurking underneath Loch Ness, the Zygons were shape-shifting aliens who had spent centuries planning a takeover. While the rest of the United Kingdom was arguing over North Sea oil, the Zygons were ripping up oil rigs and sending the Loch Ness Monster up the Thames to devour Parliament.
The Zygons, when we first meet them, are living under Loch Ness, and they have the Loch Ness Monster is their pet. They have one crashed spaceship which is underneath Loch Ness, and they're trying to re-establish themselves and take over the world.
The Zygons were terribly funny, and their computers looked like pizzas, I remember.
They're one of the greatest designs in Doctor Who's history. They are really great voices, which is very important for Doctor Who Monster. Nasty whispery voices.
Open this door. The idea of whispering villains was, to me, you know, that just absolutely stacked up for me.
I can do voices too. I am perfect.
Social call?
You admire our technology, human.
You admire our technology.
They are shapeshifters, and they can pretend to be anyone.
The Rift Guardian is here.
Very good, very good.
Rhyme.
Almost impressive.
It was the
Rhymey.
mid-70s, but they're one of those designs that you would happily see in a monster movie today.
Doctor Who's maddest scientist was Davros. With all life dying on the planet of Skaro, he came up with a uniquely horrible way for the population to survive. Davros created the Daleks. Half man, half Dalek, this alien had his one eye fixed on world domination.
There was a fellow called Michael Wisher who played Davros, who was a kind of half Dalek, half man.
You immediately look at him and you go, this is the creator of the Daleks, because he's basically sitting in a Dalek machine up to his waist.
He's a fantastic character because he's brilliant and insane. There's a wonderful scene between him and Tom Baker where they rather philosophically discuss good and evil.
Davros, if you had your laboratory, something contagious and infectious that killed on contact, a virus that would destroy all other forms of life, would you allow its use?
It is an interesting conjecture.
Would you do it?
The only living thing, a microscopic organism, reigning supreme. A fascinating idea.
But would you do it?
It's really the Doctor trying to find out just how nuts he is. And you discover in that moment that Davros actually says, you know, quite famously for Doctor Who fans, yes, I would do it.
Yes. To hold in my hand a capsule that contains such power. To know that life and death on such a scale was my choice. To know that the tiny pressure on my thumb, enough to break the glass, would end everything. Yes. I would do it. That power would set me up above the gods. And through the Daleks, I shall have that power.
He's that mad that in order to make himself powerful, he would wipe out, what, everyone?
The Fourth Doctor's remembered for his sense of humour, but when the situation demanded it, he could take things very seriously indeed. When
Yes,
offered the chance to
seriously.
destroy the Daleks forever, he gave it careful consideration.
One of the most defining moments for the Fourth Doctor is where he holds the two strands together, just touch these two strands together, and that's it, the Daleks are finished.
I remember a wonderful moment when I had the chance to blow them all up. For two reasons, of course, I wasn't allowed to do that. One is that the writer would have been out of work, and also it was a good formula.
What are you waiting for?
Just touch these two strands together, and the Daleks are finished. Have I that right?
There was always a kind of rather pious side to Doctor Who, you know, of being on you know, paralysing fairness, of saying, have I the right?
To destroy the Daleks, you can't doubt it.
But I do. You see, some things could be better with the Daleks. Many future worlds will become allies just because of their fear of the Daleks.
It brings up the wider moral question of, does the Doctor have that right? Even though he can travel back in time and stop evil things, doesn't that make him as bad as the evil things in the first place?
If it was a disease or some sort of bacteria you were destroying, you wouldn't hesitate.
But if I kill, wipe out a whole intelligent life form, then I become like them. I'd be no better than the Daleks.
Think of all the suffering there'll be if you don't do it.
She would say, listen, Doctor, could you just blow them up, please?
Doctor! Doctor, I've been looking everywhere for you. Davros has agreed to our terms.
Tom Bacon played the Doctor for longer than anyone else. He casts a long shadow. And he captured the hearts and minds of a generation, there's no doubt about it.
It's a very emotional thing to be in that Doctor Who thing, because you never get away from it, you know? It's a wonderful thing, because we're all fans of someone.
There was something about the meeting of that actor and that part that produced this sort of seemingly effortless performance of kind of lunacy. There's just a sort of freewheeling anarchy to what he does that I think, as particularly children, just loved.
In the eyes of the children playing Doctor Who, I was a hero.
October 1975, and how lucky are you? This is the Pyramids of Mars. Tom Baker's still senior at this point. We'd got very, very used to the sort of the grand old patriarch of John Pertwee, and suddenly the Doctor was this slightly disconcerting madman. Well, actually, a very disconcerting madman. It's easy now to think of that as the Doctor, but at the time we were still getting our heads around it. It's not just that he was funny. I mean, of course he was funny. He was very, very funny, and he was charming when he wanted to be. It's that he was an awful lot more alien and an awful lot more detached. It's
I'm an awful lot
wonderful
more alien, and I'm
reminder
detached.
of how difficult and dangerous and remote this man can be. Underneath the charm and underneath a convincing assumption of humanity, there is something quite different going on. For me, a defining moment of Doctor Who is the Pyramids of Mars. The story itself is glorious, typical Robert Holmes. He takes not so much the plot material of an old movie, but the sort of visuals of it, and turns it into sci-fi. One of the absolutely best Doctor Who stories ever made. I hope you enjoy it.
Oh, I see that window. I'm gonna fix it as soon as this bat drops the flow. Okay.
ham-fisted idiot. I'm sorry. What? Come out. And don't touch him.
You open the door. Oh, wait, what? He's not? The answer will work. I don't like the look of that.
No idea.
Trip to the moon.
Well, I didn't expect you to start messing about with the helmet regularly. Come away from there, Harry.
You can tell anything, Doctor.
I couldn't.
Well, I'm not used to it. Down the square, hundreds of bobbies hiding inside me. What? Oh, sorry. Shock, I suppose. I must say, I feel very strange.
I'm up close, Sure. Nothing to worry about.
Suffocation. There's nothing to worry about.
We can survive for quite a time yet.
Why don't you play with that yoke?
That's a simple gravity you lose there. Yes. Almost certainly we're in some kind of artificial satellite. Now, isn't that interesting?
Not very.
I think it is.
It's dark, it's cold, and it's very air.
All we've got to do is get the power back on. See what's over here.
Might as well look round, I suppose. We're coming.
Then we better stick with the Doctor.
Yes. That's better.
I say, what's all that for?
I've never seen anything quite like it.
Oops. I got hit by those. That wasn't on purpose.
Quite placed the period.
Doctor, look!
In a minute,
That wasn't
Sarah.
perfect.
None of it seems to work now, anyway.
Now I'm gonna do it perfect. Because I am perfect. Things don't always turn out perfect, but I am always the perfect. The purpose perfect.
One thing about a microscope, that modified version of the Fed oscillator, I thought it was built in the early 30th century.
Oh, no.
You don't agree?
Early 30th century.
Late 29th, early 30th, I'm sure.
Doctor! Doctor! It's hardly any air in here! Doctor, please!
I'm a simple sort of chap. Are you trying to tell me that we're now in the middle of the 30th century?
Good heavens, no. Well beyond that.
Beyond the 30th?
You thought that helmet regulated quite a twist down there.
Where are they?
Difficult to say. All this stuff's obviously been here for some time. Several thousand years, at least. What's that?
Doctor! Help! Please!
In the TARDIS?
So the time again about going off by herself, Sarah?
Well, it's only one door, and I swear she didn't go out that way.
There must be another exit then.
A sort of hidden deck hatch or something, eh?
Vacuum-type panel, more likely. They use them a lot in these early space vessels. Ah, just as I thought.
No door knob.
There must be a remote control.
A vicious strike.
You haven't touched anything, have you, Harry?
Me?
Well, there are only two of us here, and your name is Harry.
Oh, yeah, I did just touch one switch.
Which switch,
Absolutely
Harry?
nothing happened.
Which switch?
Well, I think it was... Well, no, my man standing...
Try to remember, Harry.
I'm trying. It's awfully difficult. I can hardly breathe.
Think where you were standing.
It was this one.
Sure? Go on, press it.
Silenced.
There it is. Help me to get up there.
Now what do you do?
There must be a reverse mechanism.
Sliding doors. That has caught my nose in one in popping.
How is she, Harry?
She'll be okay if we can get her out.
Must be a broken circuit.
What?
Nothing seems to be working properly here. I found the oxygen compartment.
Well done. No luck, eh?
Why is nothing functioning?
Can we smash our way out or something?
With our bare hand.
It's all my fault.
I can't think this, Harry.
I've got enough puff to argue with you.
And lie down and conserve the oxygen while I do what I can. That's odd. What? These cables have been sheared from the crew. Oxygen valve servo mechanism. Yellow, black, green. Yellow, black, green.
Hey. Is she okay?
Just in time. Are you feeling better?
Convalescent. All I need now is a couple of weeks in the season.
Good. Give me a hand to lay her on that couch. It's near the vents.
Good thinking.
Let's repair the rest of those cables.
Shoot it, is it?
Or bitten.
What?
There's a mystery here, Harry. Something happened a long time ago.
There's a mystery here, Annie.
Looks like it.
Something happened here a long time ago.
Just why? Clearly deliberate.
But just why?
For a purpose.
We are doing this with
That's whatever it
purpose.
was. Had a reasoning intelligence.
Going kind of back in time. Figure out what happened.
Now let's see if that tunnel works. All systems go, wouldn't you say?
She's coming round.
Good.
Steady on her, bud. Steady. Yes,
Welcome back, Sarah Jane.
Got the brandy a bit, you know?
For some of the TARDIS.
If it's right as nuggets, man. We're going to get you some brandy, all right?
Oh, hey!
Do you think you could possibly persuade her? I must be saying this.
Get down, Harry.
It's here in your head.
Doctor!
Come here, Evil Eye the Greedy. There you fall.
You seem to be trapped, Harry.
What is it?
Yeah.
Some sort of automatic guard. I hadn't bargained on this one from the seconds. Of course. That's why they were coming in the first place.
Now, Sarah, if she comes...
Tell her to stay where she is.
Sarah? Sarah, can you hear me, old girl? Keep away from the door. Understand? Keep away from the door.
Welcome, Mrs. Scott. Welcome to another. Dangerous. Please remain in contact with bio priority. In 5 minutes, the Rift Guardian has found
The Rift Guardian has found Sumi. Has found Sumi.
Shortly, you hear the recorded voice of the High Minister. The conclusion of the Minister. There will be 2 minutes into waiting. PCB replacement.
It's not activated by movement. Unless what moves is organic.
Hardly helps us, does it? Organic.
But down here, why not, Harry?
Oh, yes. Good piece of logical deduction, Doctor. Thank you.
yet returned.
Greetings, citizen volunteers. This is the High Minister speaking on behalf of the world executive. I salute you who are about to make the supreme sacrifice. In a few minutes, you will pass beyond life. In case there is any fear in your heart and doubt in your mind at this awesome moment, let me remind you that you take with you all our hearts. You carry a torch that has been handed down from generation to generation.
What happened?
Two staffs.
Far walk. Inch it round
New
your
transmog. The broken staff.
One step, Harry, and we'll be charcoal.
Yeah. This is the lantern, I recognize this one.
There it is. What? Trouble is, we can't reach it from here. What can't we reach? The auto guard cutout. Look, up there, see? Never mind. Faithful old scarf.
Bad luck. Jolly good try, though.
It isn't a game of cricket, Harry.
I'm sorry. Mind you, if I had a cricket ball, I could jolly soon knock that switch.
Will this do?
Watch this, then. Mechanic, of course.
Afraid so.
Now what?
There's only one thing left. Risky, but it might work. You don't want your other shoe, do you?
I suppose not.
Slip it off. Right. Now I want you to throw it across the room when I give the word. Understand? I'm going to try and distract it. Let's hope it's not double barreled.
My strength has increased.
Ready?
Now.
Gotta see how that looked.
I think we've done it, Harry.
It's got some
About the
lightning.
scarf. Madame Nostradamus made it for me. A witty little knitter. All right, Sarah, you can come out now. Never get another one like it.
My shoes.
Nostradamus
Sarah?
made it for me. It's not anything like it.
Of course. Why didn't I hear this? Short-range matter transfer. The only thing is, Harry, it's only the internal view. I haven't the foggiest notion what you're on. Never mind. It just needs to sort of cross our way. Okay, we've got to do Come on.
This fight is over.
This is a sterile area. Keep out.
been nervous, Harry?
I need to go back.
I saw something moving.
Nonsense, Harry.
I'm positive I saw something move.
Trick of the light.
It wasn't a trick of the light. I saw something moving.
Like the trail left by a gastropod mollusk.
Slug.
Or a snail.
That size? Impossible. Couldn't have got through this grill.
Very interesting. Multi-nucleate organism.
Eh?
Let's find Sarah first. Come on. Sounds promising.
Not in here.
Decontamination chamber. Might make you feel a bit dizzy. I think we're getting warm, Harry. Animal and botanic? Of course! That explains everything. You realize what this is? I'll be feeling better.
No, I'm not.
Then pull yourself together, man. This is fascinating. This is a cryogenic repository.
Repository for what?
Everything. Everything they considered worth preserving. Look at this. Microfilm. Architecture, literature. Entire body. That's what it's like. Why build all this and send it into space?
Survival. Yeah, shove in life.
You're improving, Harry.
Am I really?
Yes, your mind is beginning to work. It's entirely due to my influence, of course. You mustn't take any credit. Now, what's missing?
Is it?
Yes. If we're to assume that some great cataclysm struck Earth, and that before the end they launched his lifeboat, then the one obvious missing element is man himself. What's happened to the human species, Harry?
Place for a watch.
Quite the reverse.
Reverse? I've built a nursery.
Cryogenic. Old principle, but I've never seen it applied on this scale. There must be hundreds.
Well, when you've seen one corpse, you've seen them all.
Corpse? People aren't dead, Harry. They're asleep. The entire human race is waiting the trumpet blast.
That ability is not yet recharged.
Get us a door knocker.
Homo sapiens. Invented, invincible species. It's only a few million years since they crawled up out of the mud and learned to walk. Humans were defenseless bipeds. They've survived flood, famine, and plague. They've survived cosmic wars and holocausts. Now, here they are, out among the stars, ready to live a new life, ready to outsing eternity. They're dominant. Dominant. What do you think you're doing, Harry?
Sorry to contradict you, Doctor.
Figure of life. Suspended animation.
There are no metabolic functions at all, I didn't know. Now, even in the deepest coma, hair and fingernails continue to grow.
Total suspension, Harry. You can't survive 10,000 years in a coma.
10,000 years?
50,000.
10,000?
100,000. Time is immaterial.
I have lived over 1,000 million. 100,000 million. A bazillion, gazillion, imagination, myrillion.
Well, it's chosen descendants.
Imaginarian. Many lifetimes. And here I am, playing Diablo 3 as purpose, perfect, reincarnated, regenerated once again into a new form, humanoid cat,
They saw it coming and made
alien,
as best they could.
humanoid,
Forget. It's something for you to be proud of.
Okay.
cat.
What is the spare?
Kind of low. And that trail we saw in the corridor.
That thing you saw moving in the corridor.
Dust. It was a dusting stuff. And then we opened the door after umpteen years and caused a bit of a draft.
Say, I think we'll just check a few of the beds. Oh. Just to make sure that everything's in order.
Righto. Doctor.
Be like that for 3,000 years at least. Even if we had a resuscitation unit. Doubtful we could revive her now.
Something to do. What would a resuscitation unit look like?
Very like an oxygen cylinder.
Okay, the DJ, that's me. I might need to change the window size when the window has bugged out here in a second or two. Yes, there we go. Above the window. Gonna do like this. Fix that for you. There we go. That's a laser party.
What would a resuscitation unit look like?
Getting out of there. So you gotta be careful.
It's something we can read to later. No sign of resuscitation today?
Hardly had a chance to.
Emergency medical kit, you say?
Stops.
It's beyond me, I'm afraid.
Must be something there. Perhaps the other.
Oh, it's found me. Sax tries. Tris. Saw extras. Saxtris.
They don't need a tank.
Saw X. Try S. So many ways to say the name. We don't know which one is right.
Yes, she is. Look, Sarah. Yes, look, she's moving. Something you want.
Leave her. It's not easy.
A vicious strike. That ability is not yet recharged.
Explain yourselves.
Well, there isn't very much to explain. We're just travelers in space like yourself.
A green hell?
That is not
I wonder what that is.
My name's Sullivan. Surgeon Lieutenant Harry Sullivan, actually. And this is the doctor.
You claim to be med techs?
Sorry.
Yeah, my doctorate is purely honorary, and Harry here is only qualified to work on sailors.
My name is Vira. I'm a first med tech.
Well, I'm delighted to hear it. You see, we happen to be in rather desperate need of medical help.
This female is a stranger.
She's a friend of ours. She got caught in the machinery.
She was not among the chosen.
Well, she's among the chosen now, isn't she?
Is there any way of reversing the cryogenic process?
That can be dangerous. How long since she underwent tissue irradiation?
Can't be more than an hour, can it, Doctor? We haven't been here more than an hour altogether.
I am returning to town.
Receding neural activity.
Is there anything you can do for me?
Is she of value?
No.
She's a human being like ourselves. What sort of question's that?
The answer is yes.
Your comrade is a romantic.
Perhaps we both are.
I will inject a monod block.
Oh, that'll do the trick, eh?
Your colony speech has no meaning.
I mean, it'll bring her round. Reverse the process.
She will either survive or die. The action of the antiprotonic is not predictable.
I see. You changed our body into a battlefield.
Battlefield. I high point in classicals, but you dawn-timers have a language all of your own.
We do seem to have a small communications problem.
Wish there was something I could do.
It is done.
I don't know when I'm
There is nothing
gonna
further.
invoke her.
As she revives, her electrical field will draw power from the biosphere.
Perhaps we'll just do that.
Here is our prime unit.
Prime unit?
Well done.
Our leader, I think you would say. Noah.
Noah? Oh, I see, as in Noah's Ark, eh?
It is a name from mythology. His real name is Lazar. But we called him Noah as an amusement.
Joke.
Joke? Oh, yes. There was
So-
not much joke in the last days.
You go with
What happened in the last days, Vira?
a storm spec later on, I guess.
He has no records, no history. Where are you from?
London, actually. England. The Earth.
That is not possible. The Earth is dead.
I'm afraid you're probably wrong about that.
The solar flares destroyed all life on Earth.
Solar flares, I see.
Our scientists calculated it would be 5,000 years before the biosphere became viable again.
Oh, the absolute minimum, I'd say. But I'm afraid I've something of a shock for you, Father.
Shock?
You've overslept by several thousand years.
That is to exceed.
When we came here, we found a massive systems failure.
The systems have no capacity for failure.
Possibly not. But a long time ago, when you were dormant, you had a visitor. Come, I'll show it to you.
From space. How did it get here?
I don't know yet, but observe the size of the brain pan. It had a purpose in coming here, and once inside, it severed most of the satellite's control systems, including your alarm clock, so to speak. In my life, I feel surplus to requirements.
Doctor?
What is it?
Technical version of our answer.
I don't need the force at this end, it's in the main power supply.
Must be correct. If his heart stops now, there's nothing I can do.
Don't worry. I noticed the Ark has a secondary power supply. Harry, you stay here and keep an eye on things.
Right, Ed.
Yes, but... Negative.
Gremlins can get into everything, old girl. First all to see. There you are. What did I tell you? Doctor's a first-class boffin.
Good. He will revise.
Harry?
I said that was quick. Doctor? Doctor, where are you?
In the control room. Have you got the power back on him there?
Yes, we have. They're getting ship shape now.
Splendid. The fault seems to be in the main solar stack. I'm just going to take a look.
I know. I say, Doctor, don't be long, will you?
Well. And
who is this? Lieutenant Sullivan, sir. Brissy, here. Sit by the naval officer. Theory of Brissy, his speech pattern proving. How did he get here?
they claim they are travelers in space.
They?
There are 3 of them. Another male called the Doctor, and that female. They say she was irradiated by air.
With a regressive faction among the volunteers for Colony 9.
A 0-0 survival rate of 1 generation.
Even so, our genetic pool has been balanced, cross-matched, compact evaluated. 3 random units could threaten our survival.
Constantly plan for 70% stretch.
She's going to be all right.
I must wait to use that ability.
You will revive soon.
Well done, the doctor will be delighted.
Where is?
Oh, he said you got a spot of bother in your room. Anyway, he's gone to fix it. What? Solar stacks, I think he said. Yes, she's breathing.
space travelers as you claim. You should leave now.
Bruce, isn't it? I mean, if it hadn't been for the doctor...
No, I will not permit contamination of the genetic pool. All regressive transmitters have been eliminated.
Come off it, we're not contaminating anyone.
He has the authority to initiate condign action. Personally, I consider your destruction as necessary.
Very much. You keep me standing. Gently, mind us a step down.
I feel so fuzzy. What's this? What's happening?
Doctor?
It's unbelievable. That.
Dunno. I found it in the cupboard.
In the cupboard.
Sort of galactic woodworm, I suppose.
It is dead, isn't it?
Nothing to worry about.
Come here.
What's the trouble?
What have you done with Dune?
Dune?
Where is he?
Where
Answer
is
me.
he?
Ah, there you are. Awake at last. Move away. Just shutting down the power in the main stack.
Touch that switch, and I'll atomize you.
Ours. My dear man, if you think for one moment we're laying claim to Earth, you couldn't be more mistaken. We're here to help you.
By deactivating the main solar stack.
Precisely. There's something trapped in the stack, Noah. But at the rate it's absorbing energy, it won't be trapped for long. The stack must be shut down. If you've been down there with me, Noah.
Revivification pattern was illegal. Dune was allotted pallet food. Well, perhaps you recovered early.
Yes, it's possible, isn't it? You need more sleep.
Lyra, hear me. Hear me.
Yes, Noah? Where are you?
Main control. I found the doctor here about to sabotage the power system. He's been dealt with.
No, we have a problem. Pallet 3 is empty.
Explain.
Technician fuel is missing. There is no explanation.
The explanation is that the regressives have taken over. Any other problems?
No, Commander.
Then proceed with the schedule. I'm about to check the power stacks.
Your flaws are revealed.
Commander Noah will question you on his return. Complete truth is advisable. What happened to the doctor?
Find out.
The ability is not yet recharged.
Anyway, his heart's beating. Incredible, he's absolutely
Harry,
busy.
please do something.
There's no response at all.
You wouldn't find it so amusing. Ah, Sarah, you're back. Lady, where's Noah? Shot me, did he? Cut off in mid-sentence. I might have been saying something important. I was saying something important.
Look, are you all right?
Blinding headache, that's all. I hate stun guns. Where is he?
Oh.
Noah, of course. Who else?
Oh, we overheard him on the intercom thing saying something about checking the solar stacks.
What? You idiot. Quick, there might be still time.
I'm sure you're all right.
Took a wrong turn somewhere. Need to get back on course. I'm off course right now.
Strange how they've given us the run of the ship. Why doesn't Lyra try and stop us?
Not her function, Harry.
How do you mean?
Need to
By the
backtrack
30th
a
century,
whole lot
human
of
society
rooms.
was highly compartmentalized. Lyra is a medtech, and I suspect that we're an executive problem.
Right, Doctor. But not a difficult one. You can easily be eliminated.
Unlike the thing you saw on the solar stack here, Noah.
I saw a pathetic attempt at sabotage. The observation...
What is this?
Let's escape. We're too late.
Turn about. We'll return to the cryogenic section.
You're absolutely right. There's no time to lose. Come on.
Welcome.
Welcome, Liberator. Keep back. Keep back! Keep back!
Reaction to normal.
Get away!
This is Noah. Commander Noah.
I saw something. What was it you saw, Libby?
No silence. You're here to answer questions, not ask. Shame.
Temporary neuro-ocular condition.
This process is much too slow. We're not going to make it.
No further.
Libri. Keep these three under guard. Kill them if they give any trouble. Yes.
Where are you going?
The system must be shut down. The re-investigation must be stopped.
Why? I don't understand.
It is an order. I am the commander.
The first phase isn't completed, and we need the technical crew now to operate the station.
No! No! The plan has changed! Hear me, the plan has changed!
No, what is it? Is it something to do with you?
You!
Technician Dewey. I reported him missing.
I'm here. And you. The system must be shut down. No more aliens.
Noah, come back!
He must be stopped.
Something has happened to his mind. There was a password during his revival.
Get after him, man.
No, he gave me an order.
Don't be an imbecile. Tell him, fire.
It stopped the re-identification program. It could be damaging the grid.
He is our commander.
Let me be sure.
What?
When you first saw him, you had a subconscious impression you said of something positive. That wasn't Noah, was it? No. Believe me, he must be stopped. Good.
It's not advisable to try and escape.
You take some convincing that we're on your side. Now, what's all this about a missing technician?
I'm finding him. Noah thinks that we're to blame.
Jump ship, that's all.
Oh, come on, I suppose satellite's a bit different from a ship, Harry.
Sarah, I bet you there's the equivalent of a dinghy missing.
Not quite empty. Membrane.
Membrane?
Part of the eggshell.
Where's it from?
It's almost too horrible to think about. Genitor, the Queen's colonizer. Ever heard of the unit?
Not ready.
It's a genus of wasps that paralyze the capital and later take their bodies.
Guardian is here.
When the larvae emerge, they have a ready-made food supply. Strange how the same
Är det ett horn? Är det IT-horn? Är det ett don? Är det ton? Är det ett on? So many ways to pronounce a name.
When I say I'm afraid, Sarah, I'm not making jokes.
No. You're not well.
Stay back. Please. Don't force me to... No.
Yes, nice. Got a unknown potion. Oh, the tower. That's nice to keep. What? Ah. Look at that. Oh. See? I fixed this.
Hello, Space Station Nova. This is the Earth High Minister. The fact that you are hearing my voice in a message recorded thousands of years before the day in which you are now living is a sure sign that our great undertaking, the salvation of the human race, has been rewarded with success. You have slept longer than the recorded history of mankind, and you stand now at the dawn of a new age. You will return to an earth purified by flame, a world that we cannot guess at. If it be arid, you must make it flourish. If it be stony, you must make it fertile. The challenge is vast, the task enormous, but nothing daunt you.
Sounds like a sort of pre-match pep talk.
Remember, citizen volunteers, that you are the proud standard bearers of our entire race. Of the millions that walk the world today, you are the chosen survivors. You have been entrusted with a sacred duty to see that human culture, human knowledge, human love and faith shall never perish from the universe. Guard what we have given you with all your strength. You will return to an earth purified by flame. A world who will return to an earth purified by flame. Who will return to an earth purified by flame. A world that we cannot guess at. If it be arid, you must make it flourish. If it be stony, you must make it fertile. The challenge is vast, the task enormous, but let nothing daunt you.
Sounds like a sort of pre-med football.
Remember, citizen volunteers, that you are the proud standard bearers of our entire race. Of the millions that walk the world today, you are the chosen survivors. You have been entrusted with a sacred duty to see that human culture, human knowledge, human love and faith shall never perish from the universe. Guard what we have given you with all your strength. And now, across the chasm of the years, I send you the prayers and hopes of the entire world. God speed you to a safe land.
Well, I bet that did your female chauvinist heart a power of good.
Why?
Well, I mean, fancy a member of the fair sex being top of the totem pole.
Fire! Fire!
Yes, Commander.
Fire, hear me! This is an order! Expedite revivification! Commencement phase now!
No, the safety checks have not...
Ignore safety checks! You are in great danger! Get your people to the earth before the Wirral. Take command! Now hear me! You take command!
What has happened? Commander, are you there?
Red are here. They will. We should absorb the humans. The earth shall be ours.
Noah! Noah!
Fire. No time. But in my mind, getting stronger. Can't breathe. It's dead. We'll all die. Must save our people. You must.
What did he mean? They're in his mind.
Absorb. We shall absorb the humans. Endoparasitism?
He talks to himself sometimes because he's the only one who understands us.
If the Wirral can do that, there's no chance at all. Complete physical absorption.
Of us?
They literally eat us alive. Father, I must talk with Noah. You'd better come with me. He trusts you.
My duty is to supervise the revivification.
No. Noah has passed the command to you. Your duties have been widened.
What is your intention?
Find out exactly what it is we're facing and And only Noah knows that.
But I cannot leave until the last of our technical section have awakened.
Harry can handle that for you, can't you, Harry?
Well,
Well, you've watched Viola. You know the procedure.
Yes,
1 gram of scrophulin when the neural register enters the red zone.
Right.
You'll be all right.
And the injection must be right over the pectoralis major.
Ah, yes, now that I do understand.
And Sarah, you stay and help Harry.
Yes, come along, Nurse Smith. See these chaps in the red zone.
There's another one seems to be awake here.
Well, after 10,000 years, Sarah, he can't be in that much of a hurry.
Oh, I hope you know what you're doing.
Oh, yes, dead simple, really. Medicine by numbers.
Oh, yes, dead simple.
That's just a question of fixing a fresh ampule for you to hear.
Keep back. Don't touch me. Keep back, I said.
Tell us one thing. How much time?
What?
Before the Wirren reach their adult form.
Feels near. Very near. Tearing free in the great blackness rushing through.
Noah and I were pair bonded in the night.
Let's go back.
June and Libri. And Noah?
I'm sorry, it must be a terrible shock for you.
So there's just 2 of us left to check the ship.
And Vira, she's taken command.
Where is she?
She's gone with the doctor. They're trying to contact Noah.
There's been a snitch-up. Didn't I tell you, I said 5,000 years ago, I said there'd be a snitch-up.
10,000.
Oh, beautiful. We should have taken our chance with the solar flares and gone into the thermic shelters. We'd have been happily dead by now.
What was it that killed?
Happily dead by now.
Dune and Libri. And we were told our lung tissue might atrophy.
It's never too late to be happily dead.
Space creature.
Cut through your alarm clock system.
What?
Look. Oh, it's okay. It's dead.
But unfortunately, its larvae are still very much alive.
Well, Fiver, it's gone wrong.
Welcome, Lycid. Logan? Feel well?
Yes. Commander.
What are we going to do with it?
How much anatomy do you remember, Harry?
Quite a lot, I think. But you need a bloomin' entomologist for this thing.
We need to find its weaknesses, and we need to find them quickly.
Can we help?
Not at the moment, thank you.
Then we will commence the main phase. Lycid will be.
What was that she just said?
They're going to start the main phase.
Carry on with that thoracic incision. Not too deep. But the safety checks.
We shall override them.
Why?
That is my decision. Now, take your operating stations.
Myra, the main phase must wait.
Noah said we should expedite the revivification program and get our people to Earth.
No, it was wrong. How long did it take?
Weaver.
6 hours for complete revivification. Another 24 to evacuate the Ark.
4 whole days? At the rate
Evacuate the Ark.
They look prepared to immigrate long before.
Exterminate.
Must try.
You can't do it, Viola.
Exterminate.
The Ark will be crawling with those creatures within hours.
Doctor, the fate of all humanity might be decided within the next few hours.
Myra, if you fail, your people will die in pain and fear. If I fail, they'll die anyway, but at least only the 6 of us will know anything about it.
You have an alternative plan?
Between the larvae and the form, there must be a pupal stage. The Wirren will be dormant and defenseless. If we can find their weaknesses.
Might destroy them? Very well, stand down.
There's a power flutter in section 4.
Well, what does that indicate?
Some external fault. Shall I check the stacks? No. The larvae have taken over the infrastructure. There seems to be solar radiation.
You should have stayed on Earth, Vincent. I like the Earth. I like heat.
Curious lung structure, Doctor.
Yes, fascinating. A superb adaptation.
What is it?
Well, obviously the creature's lungs recycle the wastes. Almost certainly by enzyme. Carbon dioxide back to oxygen.
You mean the way plants live?
Exactly right. Must live in space. Probably just occasionally visiting a planetary atmosphere for food and oxygen. The way a whale rises from the ocean.
Judging by the size of his mandibles, this chap doesn't live on plankton.
No.
No, spoke of blackness. Rushing in. He meant space, but how did he know?
He now has the race memory of a widow. Symbiotic atavism, to be precise. I'm going to need your help now, Violet. Do you have any spare extension leads, Rogan?
Yes, but what do you want?
Alley man, fetch them.
What are you going to do, Doctor?
A little experiment. Circuit display license.
It's forbidden to alter those circuits.
I need the neural cortex amplifier, not for long, don't worry. Right. Switch on the video circuit, license. Take a little time to warm up.
Doctor, what are you trying to do exactly?
Well, sometimes latent neural impressions can be revived.
I've never heard of that.
Advanced technology. Gypsies used to believe that the eye retained its last image after death. Not so far. No.
What do the gypsies believe?
Switch off, license.
I missed that. I'm gonna watch it in the replay tomorrow on YouTube.
The core isn't giving us strong enough
It's
stimulus.
YouTube/user/yourcatplays.
In my own cerebral cortex. That's the only thing.
Or you can just
That is
YouTube
highly
search
dangerous.
for
I know.
Your Cat Plays with Z
How
on
could
the
burn out a
end,
living brain?
and you will
I
find
agree. An ordinary brain. But mine is exceptional.
I
Yo,
cannot permit
Zero.
it. The shock might kill you.
I think not. Unless, of course, the experiment was interrupted. That could be dangerous.
Do you have to do it, Doctor?
Yes, why take the risk?
If I can find out what it was that killed that creature.
Yeah, I've read about the Doctor Who game. It's a single-player game, and it's based on the 2005 season 5 Doctor. I'm not sure if it's a good game. You're gonna have to... I could maybe do a review on that game. That could be something to do.
You won't have much time.
What do you mean?
Switch on, Lysett. Lysett?
I haven't tried it myself.
Joining his mind to the Wirral. He could remain a part of it forever.
Look, it's working.
What's that?
You better look.
So 0 or 0 B, or I don't know how to pronounce it, but 0. I'm 0.
Case hardened diarrhea. It's like tin. That's it. Look out! Behind
You
you!
want to join me for some Greater Rifts? I'm doing 20s.
Shut the door!
Right now it's a 17, but I got it by mistake during the trials. I was aiming for 19.
There's some sort
Or
of
20.
huge grub in there. Stop these fellas.
No, can't! He'll kill him!
Well, what are you up to?
Logan, get the fishing guns.
Right.
I'll come with you.
Yes. We're gonna have to check on that. So what are you doing? Are you in game? No? You're in battle.
much longer.
Ooh, it's cold snap. Bro, there's the snap. Come on, go down.
Wait, come away. Doctor! 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 No! You can't! I won't let you!
Can't what? Time to get up.
Doctor! You're going to be all right.
Oh, you're sick?
Is that
What,
noise
what kind of sickness today? Is it hungover sickness? Eating and in bed. That sounds like a great combination. If you ask me. I'm also getting a snacks. It's some coconut chocolates.
In their adult form, they'll be 1,000 times deadlier. Fish and guns have no
that was
effect.
peanuts.
Haven't spoken to Ori.
But a hatchet and a hunk here.
Stand a chance. How can we find 100 of those?
I suppose you start with hello.
Electricity. Only by electricity. That's the one thing I found out.
Electricity?
Yes. It was the auto guard that killed the Queen. 500,000 volts.
Found the Queen in the cupboard.
Amazing power. I could feel it struggling against death until its task was done. Rogan? Is there any way we can electrify the infrastructure?
Not from here, Doctor. We'd have to run cables from the control center.
Control center? Right. Let's go.
But you can't go that way, Doctor. Noah's waiting out there. Put one foot inside the transom and you'll be dead.
Yes. Your skill was excellent.
We're trapped.
Wouldn't they using Doom's knowledge of the Ark? Perhaps it's something he didn't know.
Dune was first tech. He knew it all.
He helped design the system.
Yeah.
Nobody knows it all.
The shield and feather.
Perhaps he's forgotten.
That's what I call bakfyllesikten. The immune system has gone down.
I'll give you a hand. Come on.
And it's also tied to the darkness that is coming. The winter is coming.
You next, Harry.
Enemies of the left surround me.
vicious damage excluded.
Yes. The winter is coming. You know nothing, Jon Snow. Oh, that's fun.
And their pupil stays a little than he also. And he's okay.
Suffocation is not most unpleasant.
No, not finished. You two stay here.
Where are you going?
We have to start with the pupil stage. Where are we going? Let's get down there and put the power back on.
I'm not getting nerve.
I think the job's done now. We have more things to do.
Oh, Deadly Kitten has come online. Whoops. That was fucked up. Almost died. Okay, mental note. Don't fuck up.
Feel the wrath of yOUR. It is not ready yet. That build is not yet recharged.
No. I have not read the books, the Game of Thrones books. I'm more into the Star Wars books and the Discworld, the Terry Pratchett books. Not only the Discworld, but right now I'm reading Good Omens by Terry Pratchett and Neil Gaiman. I can really recommend it. It's a good book. Funny and serious, and yeah, it has angels and demons and stuffs in it.
It is not ready yet. A vicious strike.
Leave now. Stay you are doomed. Then you must die. Where the building world will be hunted down
Beneath the endless tide.
as you destroyed us.
We never destroyed.
Terry Pratchett is not Star Wars books. No, Terry Pratchett. I would suggest doing a Google search on Terry Pratchett. Pratchett is spelled P-R-A-C-H-E-T-T. Pratchett. Terry. T-E-R-R-Y. There's movies too from the Discworld. It's like fantasy. The Discworld series has video games too, and they're fantasy with humor. So it's like a funny version of World of Warcraft.
In the old lands,
But it's also serious. It's not only just funny. And then he has a real world, or it's not real world. Well, it may be, I don't know. But it has angels and demons, and that it's conspiracy theories, but made in a fictionist fantasy, real world fantasy world. Maybe this secret world would fit that description too, I guess.
Possess the sum of your race's learning. That is why you must die.
Yeah, so after this rift, perhaps it's time for me to show you my gear now. It's pretty, I would say I'm at the same level now as I was when I died with my last monk. So I'm back at the same level. I might even be a little more powerful now because of the paragon levels, which is nice.
It is not ready yet.
So stick around.
Yes, there's a sort of spaceship thing in there.
Ira has no intention of getting out. Of course, so neither can we.
Well.
Oh fuck, man! I wrote I spelled the last name wrong because I got attacked here. Wait.
They're to be turned to a lot of surrogate humans. It's the most immoral suggestion I've heard in centuries. How can we stop them? High voltage power. If we can somehow send enough electrical power through the bulkheads of a cryogenic
The book I'm reading now is Good Omens. The book I read before that was a Star Wars book from the X-Wing series. It was named Mercy Kill. And before that I read another Terry Pratchett book, but from the Discworld, called The Reaper. And it was about Death, who got fired from his job. So no one could die until the new Death had come to life. And so Death is on vacation. And it's if you saw the Family Guy episode where Death dies, it's not like that. It's not funny at all. It's kind of scary at times. But he meets a little girl, which is really kind to him, and he gets a job at the farm. And he's really good with the lien. Han är bra på att hugga vete. Because he has the best blade. It's crafted from hell, you know. Super sharp. Not hell, just other realms, I guess. The Reaper doesn't work for hell, he works for all sides, I guess. It's like a purple. He's not on either side. He just wants order or chaos. He does, yeah, whatever. Depending on how you look at it. Thank you, Deadly Kitten. I will show you. It's to match my the hat I have with my monk. Oh, cannot stand in that blue things. Draining my life. Faster than my 2 hit gives me life back. So I'll just come here Come with me, Raimi. Yes, Death was a great farmer. Makes sense, doesn't it? Oh. This boss was kind of tricky.
Beautiful.
Those ice fields are nasty. What's up? Okay. Got a Diablo. Let's upgrade some gems. Hey, and I'm gonna show you the... Okay. Let's get this one to 20. Come on, baby. Yes. Okay. Let's get this one to 20. Come on now. No!
I've reached another junction. A sort of white rock.
No! After all that time? Well, I got that one to 20 now. And that one to 20. I only need to get that one to 20. Then perhaps I can start doing the level 20 rifts. Maybe? You see? The hat. It's the same almost. At least the same style-y. Yeah. I squeezed my ears into this. Oh, we're doing. I'm doing good. Zero is sick. He's lying in bed with some disease. He has a cold. I'm telling him it's because he has he's hungover because he was partying this weekend, so his immune system is low.
Is it much further?
No, about another 15 meters. We're almost there.
I hope so.
But I'm doing great. Taking it easy here in hardcore. I'm not doing any grouping or anything like that. I'm just trying to get my gems, all of them, to rank 20. So this might be last rift. Probably not. I'll probably do a couple more greater rifts. I should also cook some a little bit of food before I go to bed.
Stop whining, girl. You're useless.